Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Judging Nerd Culture. I'm Ollie.
And I'm Jess.
And today we're talking about the newest Marvel movie, The Eternals. We're going to try real hard not to do anything spoilery because it is literally weekend old.
Yeah, it just came out.
We watched it just the other day and had a pretty darn good time, so it's going to be fun to let everybody know what's going on, how we feel about it.
Yeah.
A couple quick things about, fun stuff going on this week. If you haven't already seen it, Stranger Things Season 4? Season 4 trailer. It's out now and it's going to be fun. I'm assuming this is the last season, right?
I would think so. The trailer is basically the same action-packed sort of tale, but also 11. Oh, what's her name?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes, Millie. I want to say Maggie.
Maggie Bobby Brown.
But them going through actual high school, and being kind of bullied, and it just kind of looks like a fun, a fun childhood romp, I guess.
The idea of being bullied when you have telekinetic powers seems wild.
Yeah. But I'm imagining she wants to have just a normal life.
Yeah, no, fuck
After
that.
all of that.
The second someone starts even looking nasty at me, they're falling in the middle of the hallway for no reason. Their backpacks are just a little bit away from their reach. Just horrible things happening all day.
I'm just excited to see Winona Ryder again.
Ooh, there's our cat.
Mabel! Like a loaf of bread.
They haven't missed the ball on any of their seasons yet, I don't think. And I imagine this is going to be no different. But like we were saying, I don't think it's going to go much farther just because the idea of transitioning characters so drastically from here's some kids in summer to here's some high school children, young adults going through high school and doing all of that. It's kind of a big difference. And one of the only shows that ever actually did it successfully was Boy Meets World, where it just followed him from middle school to college and marriage life. That transition is usually met with some pretty nasty feelings by viewers.
It's difficult to do that transition.
With that in mind, I imagine this isn't going to go much farther than season 4.
I imagine the kids who are playing these characters want to expand, Like even the kids in Harry Potter, they wanted after a while to leave and do other things and not be known as just Harry Potter characters.
And a couple of them succeeded.
A few of them succeeded. Daniel Radcliffe has branched out, and he is a great actor and has made so many different great films. But everybody still knows him as Harry Potter. And everybody still knows him as Harry Potter, who one time did a play naked with a horse.
Yeah. He did that. That's a thing he did. Man, Harry Potter characters are so weird because the guy who plays Ronald Weasley don't even know his real name.
Rupert Grint.
Rupert Grint. He just went off to do nothing. He just disappeared and hangs out.
Well, he's still an actor. He just there's movies that are made that only really stay over in Europe that we don't get. He has been in a couple series. He on Netflix, I think.
The last time I saw him, he was in a couple videos on YouTube. That's all.
The Ed Sheeran music video. No, he's been a busy guy. I mean, I imagine like Tom Felton, Draco. He just kind of looks like he lives somewhere tropical and plays a guitar all day. That's kind of weird, but that's the vibe he gives off. And
listen, royalties from
he's done some stuff, but he's just taking it easy, and why not?
Royalties from Harry Potter are never going to end. Yeah. No matter what awful things the creator ever says, the franchise itself has taken off and lives in its own world to the point where it doesn't matter. So they're always going to be set. I'm just saying that compared to Daniel Radcliffe and I forgot
Rupert Grint.
No,
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson. I do actually know her real name. Compared to them, who went off and oh, I'm going to be in every small indie movie I can and do some wild, weird shit. Or with Emma Watson was I'm just going to become an actual real-world activist and join the UN and do all this weird shit. It's okay, cool. They did huge stuff. And then a bunch of everyone else was just I'm going to hang out.
college. Yeah, I'm going to go to college and go to school because I grew up on a TV set or
Yeah.
a movie set, and I would like to have that. So let's talk about the Eternals.
Yes, let's focus down. Focus up. So the Eternals, the long and short of it, of their plot, is essentially a family of intergalactic alien gods drop down some alien angel babies to Earth
Yeah.
to take care of.
Alien God sent alien angels to Earth to take care of it.
To take care of Earth and stop gross monsters from killing people. And then they live and never talk to their god again.
Yeah, the God will talk to the leader, but then he just kind of,
Yeah.
now he's just like, well, now we gotta just wait for the plan to work itself out.
And it's really funny to me because a number of times in the movie they even mentioned, we've been waiting 7,000 years to get the fuck out of here so we can go home. And it just seems like, guys, he 100% forgot. Just go home.
Yeah.
But dang it, they're loyal. And the rest of the movie is just them dealing with some new disturbances, some new, I want to call them delinquents, and I call it delinquents. Deviants. Some new deviants who pop up, and it is their duty given to them by their god to fight off the deviants and protect humanity. Mm-hmm. So with this new deviant that comes in after hundreds of years, maybe in thousands of years, they stir back to action and have to deal with the ramifications of what's going on, the fact that deviants are changing, the fact that they're coming back at all, and they have to work together to save the world yet again. Along the way, we find out a little bit about sort of their origins, their past, what they want, what they are like as people, and most importantly, some secrets about, the origins of the Marvel Universe itself. What would you say was the most interesting part of the movie for you?
The most interesting part?
Yeah, what aspect of this movie was most interesting? Because for me, I think the fact that there's obviously a Marvel movie and everything, but it was once we started getting into it, I realized, oh, this has nothing to do with, this is barely even a superhero movie. It just happens to be a Marvel movie. Because the entire thing is like baby's first existential crisis in a movie. Because it's clearly made with the idea of like, oh, there's a bunch of children that are going to come to watch this. Because it's a Marvel movie, it's a, whatever. And I think compared to every other Marvel movie, this is the first one that was like, hey, so like, purpose in life. Does it matter? What are you? What does it mean to be a living person and have a purpose or to have a desire? Is your desire the same as your purpose? Blah, 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 blah. All sorts of, stuff. And I don't think any of the other movies has really gotten into anything that serious. And I think it's just really cool that this movie decided to touch on a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. Especially since the audience that's most likely to watch are young kids to teens, demographically speaking. They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, that's a question that I don't know what that means actually.
I feel like a lot of young adults and adults who watch it will also, if they get the message or understand some of the context, will be like, oh yeah, that's something to think about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the part that intrigued me the most, just superficially. What about you? Was there anything that really stood out to you?
Superficially.
Well, I just mean
it's a deep take on the meaning of the movie.
Well, I just mean that there are more detailed things. I was like, oh, that's really cool, but it's maybe a little spoilery.
What I found most intriguing or most interesting, like obviously I have favorite parts of the movie and favorite characters and everything, but about the movie itself, I guess I would say how it has a very low review everywhere. Like IMDb gives it like a 6.9 out of 10. It's 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, 53 on Metacritic. But when I went to see the movie, like I had heard, it was, people either like it or they don't. Like it's one of those movies that's like 50-50 shot if you're going to like it. And I liked it. And so I don't understand why it has such a low review. Maybe it's because it is softer and it has more of like a meaning. And even though it does have action and it has, I know you read review that said there was no chemistry. It had plenty of chemistry.
Oh yeah.
It had, the things that you look for in a movie. It just wasn't, I don't know, as intense, I suppose. It was very, I don't know, laid back and not as in your face and go, go, go as the other Marvel movies. And so maybe it just isn't or wasn't what people were expecting, really. They were expecting an action-packed movie about this team of superheroes, aliens who, took on this big bad guy. But it was just about these aliens who were, sent to Earth, and then they kind of learned how to be human, and they just wanted to live.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. That's the thing. It wasn't there's a couple of, I would say, antagonists throughout the movie, and they have very little to do with what's going on.
Yeah. There's a lot of fighting.
Yeah, there's plenty of action.
They fight the deviants. They fight stronger deviants.
They fight each other a couple times.
They fight each other. At one point, they, fight something that's, the big end.
Yeah.
they fight the big bad at the end, which is not a deviant, but so there is action. It's just the in between parts are more character based and actually meaningful instead of oh, what's the plan? What are we gonna do next? That sort of thing.
Yeah, I think there's another aspect that might lead to sort of low reviews if you're, a dumb fuck, is that it doesn't have a focus on any one, theme, really. Each character was dealing with its own issues, and each character dealt with those issues, and each issue brought up new questions and new ideas. And the fact that it wasn't just Captain America deals with the fact that the world has changed and isn't as patriotic anymore, and that's it. Yeah. That's not the point. There's characters dealing with, the existential dread of having affections towards the people and things and not knowing what it means to be loved in return and what that even looks like or whatever else. While other characters just yeah, my wife has horrible dementia that makes her attack me. How do I deal with that? And he deals with it by being a wonderful fucking husband. But
they're not actually married.
They are in my heart.
They're not married, but they should be. So when people said this movie had no chemistry between the characters, I can see what they mean if they're talking about. So it's a team of Eternals. Mm-hmm. But the main character really is Cersei. Yeah. She is the diplomat kind of the team. She's not a healer, is she? No, she alchemy.
Yeah, she's an alchemist.
She can transform things. I can see it when they talk about her and maybe her love interests, because that one was kind of okay.
Yeah.
But
Icarus and Jon Snow.
Yeah. Icarus is the actual name of a character. Jon Snow is not.
Well, I don't remember that one.
I don't know. It just gives me a spoiler when I when I try to find his name. But yeah, Kit Harington and Richard Madden play Cersei's love interests. Cersei is played by Gemma Chan. Anyway, but Angelina Jolie is in the movie, and she is, classic actress. Everybody knows who Angelina Jolie is, and she plays Thena, not Athena. Thena. And she and Gilgamesh, played by Don Lee, have such good chemistry. Brad Pitt, I don't know.
I don't think they've been together for a long time.
No, they haven't. They haven't. But I'm still if Angelina Jolie had met this man, so much. If she had met him in the past, I feel like Brad Pitt never would have existed, because on screen they are in love. And it warms my heart. Mm-hmm. They were probably one of my favorite parts of this movie was the love connection between Athena and Gilgamesh.
Word. Yeah, 100% agree. I also think Gilgamesh in general was one of the highlight characters of the movie, just because I think the actor did just a gorgeous portrayal.
Oh yeah, he's a great actor. He also played in, if I am correct, which I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, he played in Train to Busan. And
was he?
he was the big guy who sacrifices himself.
Yeah,
yes, and
I knew he looked familiar.
And that movie, you should go watch Train to Busan because it's very good.
Very good.
It's very, very good. Wait a second. Oh, okay. I thought it was telling me that Kumail Nanjiani played in Train to Busan, but it didn't.
That would have been.
That would have been wild. So yeah, Ma Dong-seok, I think is his actual name, but you know.
Our pronunciations aren't going to be great.
Like foreign exchange students who come to America and they're like, "Hey, my name's Steve," and it's like, "No, it's not. Your name's not Steve."
And you're saying that his version of that was to change his name to Ma Dong-seok?
No, that's his name.
Okay.
But here it's just Don Lee.
Oh, Don Lee. Gotcha.
Don Lee. Say
Okay.
it fast,
Don Lee? Anyway, Don Lee, I think, was probably one of the best performances in the show, in the movie in general.
Oh, by far.
Something about his portrayal of Gilgamesh was just so wholesome. It was very much like hey guys, there's a problem going on, and I don't know what that problem is, but I'm here to help.
Yes.
it was heartwarming and sweet. Another standout, I think, was Kumail.
Yeah. He played Kingo? Mm-hmm. Yes, Kingo.
Who this movie does not... I wanted to say it doesn't have a whole lot of comic relief. But, like, there's jokes here and there.
Yeah.
Between all of the characters, really. But once he shows up...
Yeah.
Once Kegel shows up...
You said Kegel? Yeah, so the movie's pretty tame until they introduce him. They're gathering the team back together, and they meet him, and it's just...
Yeah, he's very funny. He's a great character to have around. And it really helps balance off some of the other characters like Icarus, who's just so...
He's just Superman.
Yeah.
He's just somehow moodier Superman.
So moody.
And, like, I do like the fact that in the movie, because they are eternal, they are immortal. I mean, they can die, but, they never age and whatever. Mm-hmm. That they have myths based on them. So the myth of Icarus is based on Icarus, made up by their other teammate, Sprite. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really funny.
Yeah, that's adorable. That was fun, quick bits of character building, and that happens throughout the movie. It's just like, here's a little this, and here's a little that, and it's very sweet.
Yeah.
I think one of the ones I liked, which I don't think it was delivered the best or anything like that, but Angelina Jolie was just talking to some kid, and he was like, "Hey, you're Athena, right?" She's like, "Drop the A," and I don't know why, but I thought that was real silly and funny.
Yeah.
Just like how often their myths and lore gets turned into whatever. God stories, and he was like, that's not right. That's definitely not right.
Well, I mean, they showed up before civilization was even a thing. Like, people were nomads, and they didn't even have any sort of technology, no tools or anything. And so these people fly out of the sky with these weird clothes on, and you're like, oh, so those are the people who made us. Those are our gods.
Makes sense. All right, so before we wrap up, I want to talk about one more character who I thought was a just goddamn treasure, and I cannot say their name. The one who creates.
Fastos.
Thank you, Fastos.
By Brian Tyree Henry.
Yes, love them. Mm-hmm. They were adorable. They were sentimental, and also like had a lot of emotional weight and baggage to everything that they did. It was great to have them.
Yes.
They also, I think, like the first gay kiss that Marvel's had.
It's very possible. I cannot recall. I cannot recall another one.
I feel like it would have been more.
And if it happened, it was in the background somewhere, or like said by someone in passing.
Yeah. But yeah, his story all revolves around him losing his faith in humanity and finding it again in his in family that he found, a husband and child and all this other stuff. And oh gosh,
his ability is
so
cool.
good.
It's so cool. I think his power and Cersei's power are the coolest.
Mm-hmm. Put them together, and what do you get? Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist. Cersei is the alchemist, basically. Phastos is the inventor. Creator. Yeah, he can literally create anything. Icarus, who's basically he's strong. He has laser eyes. He can fly. He's Superman.
He's budget Superman.
Yeah. Then there's Thena, who can make like golden weapons. Like they're like made of light.
Yeah, it's sort of a Green Lantern-esque like energy weapons, but they change shape whenever she wants, and
it's very cool too.
It's very dope. I'm presume that she's also extra strong.
Yeah, extra strong and moderately faster than everybody else. Then there's Ajak, who is played by Salma Hayek, and she is the leader of the crew. She's a healer. And then Gilgamesh, who is just
he's beef.
Buff. He's the tank.
He's a beef boy.
Kingo, who has laser powers, like he can energy balls.
Yeah, he can shoot you with laser guns out of his fingers or Kamehameha blast you. Yep. It's the good stuff.
Makari, who is speedy. It's a speedster, the classic, Sprite, who is illusion based, and then Druig, who can mind control you. And I have to say, Druig is my favorite. Besides Gilgamesh.
He's not your favorite, you're just hot for Druig. Druig is... I like Druig. He's fun, but he's an edgy...
He's the edgy one, okay? And I know I have a bad habit of liking...
He's an actual cult leader. Ones.
He's an actual cult leader. But he was doing... They were doing fine. They were happy. That's what everybody says.
They were happy in their mind control cult.
When they showed up to get him back on their team, he wasn't mind controlling them. They were just farming and living their life in the Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fine, fair enough.
I'm sure he only mind controls them when they don't want to fight or something.
I'm just saying, there's a lot to be said about Druig and his stuff, and a lot that
I kind of like his story though, about how it goes from being like really passionate about whatever this plan is that Arishem, their god, has told them to do. He goes from that and being really passionate about it to seeing humans hurt each other and like basically watching people genocide each other. And he thinks, no, this plan, whatever plan this is, because they don't really know, I am not with it. Like, why don't we just mind control them all so that they stop fighting and that they're just peaceful? And that's not what they're supposed to do. So he gets mad and he's like, well, they're hurting each other. I hate this. And then he leaves.
Yeah, that's another big part of the movie, is just them getting the team back together, because after a while, they all kind of were having troubles with the orders they were given by whatever that guy's name was. Because it's difficult to exist and follow sort of this command to help, but not too much. Let them make their own mistakes and that stuff in the way that it is sort of like for a parent where you're supposed to just push them kids in the right direction, but wait for them to fuck up and ruin their own lives and then help them put it back together. And they were having troubles with that, and that seemed pretty interesting, pretty fair. It also explains why they didn't do shit with Thanos, even though they could have fucked him up.
Yeah, they were told not to interfere with humans, not to interfere with war, not to interfere with anything except for helping them advance.
Mm-hmm. But I like Druid a lot. I just think you definitely just think he's a hottie.
He has an accent. He's edgy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. His armor is real cool.
When he popped up on the screen, I'm not gonna lie, even in the trailer a little bit, I was like, hey, he's kind of cute. But then we actually went to see the movie, and I was like, they're in the Amazon. I think this is the scene where they meet that one guy who was kind of cute. And they did. And I was like, this is cool, but I think I'm falling in love. Oh no. But I like his Druig. I like his relationship with Makari because it's very it's very wholesome. It is also seems to be a love match.
Yeah.
But they're not like official yet.
Yeah, they don't kiss or do whatever else.
Yeah, they're just like worried about each other, and like you can tell on screen that they have very deep feelings for each other.
And they also have pretty darn good chemistry. Again, comments saying that there's no chemistry on screen are just batshit crazy. Because a lot of characters do. Just because the main two don't, I think is real shit to say that there isn't chemistry. Especially since there not being chemistry between the main two makes sense. They're a divorced couple, essentially. There's things going on. But, yeah, overall, I like all the characters, to be honest.
Yeah. Right here, the New Yorker says that Chloe Zhao's lifeless Marvel movie is brought to the screen, and I don't understand that.
I don't either. There was a lot of passion, a lot of energy, and a lot of genuine, thoughtful imagery.
I think Chloe Zhao did a freaking great job at this movie.
Hell yeah.
Marvel's first chicka wow wow.
Yeah, for sex scene.
It's only like, I don't know, 10 seconds. Yeah. And then you don't like see anything. It's like
some bare
their shoulders up. Yeah. But it was a little surprising, I'll be honest. I was like, oh, they're doing the sex. There's children in the audience. I don't know. But, I mean, it wasn't like, it was tasteful. It wasn't, a 15-minute sex scene like other movies, so.
Yeah. And it was still PG-13. Like, they were within the realms of those things. You know what else? They also had, I think, without a doubt, the most, like, drive for diversity of any Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it probably helps that the director is a woman who is a person of color.
Yeah, it probably does help. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, the Flashy girl, she is a mute black girl. The fellow we were talking about earlier who can create things, he's...
Phastos.
His name will never...
I can remember it because it's fun to say.
Gotcha. But yeah, Phastos is... a gay black man, which is also has a lot of other stuff going on with that. Mm-hmm. It's genuinely very diverse in a thoughtful way. There's a naturalness to it that seemed just right. Like I said, I didn't even think about it too much until like halfway through, which is like, oh, this hasn't really happened. It's in my top 5 Marvel movies, period.
Honestly, yeah, it probably is in my top Marvel movies, too.
Yeah, we just rewatched all of them a little while ago, and it's hard to say exactly where this lands, because this one we just watched, so it's always going to be a little fresh. Mm-hmm. But I know it's going to be in the top 5 no matter what. Right now, it's like 1 or 2. Just kind of hopping back and forth.
I mean, I have a special place in my heart for Spider-Man, so that one is going to be in my top 5 somewhere.
For sure.
Spider-Man, The Eternals, and then probably like Endgame. Just because it's... I mean... The end scene, the fight is so good.
It is very good.
Or maybe not Endgame. Is it Endgame? The one before Endgame.
Before? Infinity War or Endgame?
Infinity War. There we go. Infinity War. Because I like the fight at the end. I don't feel so good. Mr. Stark. It's so good.
It's very good. Black Panther's also very...
Black Panther, yeah. Spider-Man, Black Panther, Infinity War, Eternals, and then, I don't know, maybe Thor, because I like that he smashes a cup.
For me, it would probably alternate between currently Shang-Chi, because I did quite enjoy that movie, or Captain America Civil War, because it was just another Avenger movie, and it was pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about Shang-Chi. There's so many Marvel movies, okay?
There's so
many Marvel movies.
Yeah, I would honestly rate this movie a solid 9 out of 10.
I feel like the whole movie is pretty dang good. Pretty decent. I like the fact that the myths are made of them and that, you know, they all have their own things going on and everything. And I would definitely live in that desert shack that Gilgamesh and Athena live in. But the ending is, I don't know, it's climactic at the very end, but like the resolving of the big issue is kind of lame just because it's like they were arguing, and then suddenly, oh, you know what? I'm going to look into your eyes and remember how much I care about you. And, you know what? Never mind. I won't be the bad guy anymore.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. I'd have to agree.
Is there anything you want to say about the end credits? That's not a spoiler. Everybody knows about the end credits by now.
I have nothing to say about the end credits. You see Thanos' brother. Whoop-de-doo.
Okay, but that's not the point.
I know what you want to say. It's Harry fucking Styles, and you're excited to see.
I'm not excited. I'm intrigued. It's very weird. It's very weird. Like, I know Harry Styles acts, and he home wrecks, and he is a pop singer, but the fact that he is now a Marvel movie actor is very strange.
It is pretty odd.
It's very strange.
We talked about this before, and I think it's going to be pretty all right because as far as I can have seen, Marvel doesn't really cast people based on how good they are at acting.
Yeah.
They cast people based on how similar their persona already is to the character.
Mm-hmm.
And in that mindset, Harry Styles, weird horny pop star with a very gender fluid sort of aesthetic and style, being Eros, makes a lot of sense.
It does. I have only seen him in one movie, and that was Dunkirk. And he had like 2 lines and then like he almost drowned once. I don't know. He didn't seem like the worst actor ever. And in the end scene credit whatever thing, he didn't seem that bad either. He seemed like he's definitely going to be one of the funnier, like jokester heroes or whatever, villains, whatever he's going to be. But it's just...
It's weird to see One Direction.
It's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird to see One Direction. I did read... you know, I can't. You just trust me. I don't remember the name of the article. Okay, I did read that the casting director was like, yeah, I literally met Harry Styles, and I was like, hey, yeah, you know what? He is Eros. Which I feel like is the same thing that happened with Robert Downey Jr. and, you know, Captain America and Spider-Man. Like like you said, Ollie, they really do just fit their characters, and I feel like it would be cool if every other movie did that, but that'd be very difficult.
that is the honest truth.
But I would give it a 9 out of 10. Not a 10 out of 10 because of that
ending,
anticlimactic ending.
Yeah, I think that I didn't really think too much about the ending because it just kind of grazed over.
Exactly, like it wasn't a thing. It was just look into my eyes and remember how much fun we had boning, and then we're good now. It was just weird. But I think we should end it soon because we are at almost an hour.
Yes. So, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you get a chance to watch Eternals. Don't listen to the other reviews. They suck, and they're bad.
Yeah. Like, make your own choices. Make your own decisions. Don't let people do it for you.
Yeah, except us. Deep. Listen to what we're telling you.
Listen
to
great. What we say. We are important. Everybody else in your life are not.
Exactly. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.